everyone, my name is Kayla Brown, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the way things have changed for me in the last few years. So my story kind of starts in May of 2012 when I was about to graduate from college with my first degree, my only degree, I'm not going to get any more, I don't think, from UTC in graphic design. And so within this week, I planned to just kind of go back home and, live with my parents and work at McDonald's until I figured out my life. But what happened was I got my first apartment, my first real job, and I was going to finish my first half marathon. I was super excited about it. It was going to be this crazy, challenging week for me. And then I got to the race, and I literally shit my pants. I didn't make it. I didn't finish that. This week had been completely awesome, and everything was going super well. And then I get hit with that. So this is the lesson that I've learned. I'm going to share a few of these today. Life kind of balances out, and you will shit your pants. Just hope you guys don't do it literally like I did. It is absolutely the worst. So after that, as I mentioned, I was starting my new job. So I was a creative director at a startup here in Chattanooga. And within the first few months, I got moved out to San Francisco, and I got to be part of an accelerator program out there called 500 Startups. And it was a really crazy experience. That's me doing karaoke in Koreatown. It was, insane, and I learned a ton from all these people. So I worked there for about 3 years, and the only thing that kept me going once I got back from California for about the last year was these incredible people that I was working with. And I didn't really realize just how much of a challenge that was. It was a subconscious level, and I didn't realize that I had lost myself. And so one of the things that happened and that I realized after I quit was that I wasn't setting boundaries between my work life and my personal life. I was working 24/7, and I didn't understand the toll that was taking on me until I finally got out of it. So my lesson for you all is learn how to set boundaries, because there was a developer there that did that, and he had it made, and you just have to learn how to do that. The other lesson I learned is that companies that have daily priority changes, and I don't mean oh, you have to do this because this is crazy. I mean literally let's change our entire product every day that we're there. That's absolutely terrifying. And if you're in that situation, please get out. Your life will be so much better after it. And then my third lesson was that it's okay to outgrow a job. I didn't want to quit because I felt like if I quit that I'd given up. This is my first job out of college. I was a creative director. I was making good money, but I was miserable, and I was also terrified to leave. So I finally quit, and I quit, and I'd actually stopped loving design. That's what I do. That was at my core. And what I found was when I quit, I started learning again. And so this is actually a logo that I created. It's my terrible first attempt at hand lettering, so still learning. And it's for my blog called Worthy or Waste. And so on my blog, I do what I love to do most, which is I try new things and tell people all the things that they need to know when they go and do something, and if it's actually worth your time, money, and effort to do it. And so through that, I've got to do so many crazy, awesome experiences, but I really found myself again. So as I mentioned, a lot of things have been changing. I just quit my job, and I'd been in a 7-year on and off relationship, those fun ones. And so I thought about, maybe ending it and, letting things go, and because I'd been kind of apathetic about it all. And what I thought was really interesting is I told a few people, that I surrounded myself with and that were in my circle, that I was thinking about breaking up with him. And the overwhelming response that I got was, that's a lot of change. You just quit your job. Maybe you should just hold back and let it settle a little bit. So I learned not to listen to that. Listen to your gut. I know it's a cliche, but it's totally true. The week that I broke up with him, I found out that he had lied about getting kicked out of the Navy and just a whole bunch of a slew of other things. There's a laundry list I could give you. So it was a good decision. Yes. So I was excited. I'm newly single, so I'm excited to get out in the modern world of dating. I'd been out the game a minute. So I signed up for Tinder and OkCupid and Plenty of Fish. Those are fun, guys. You should try them if you haven't already. So I was getting all kinds of messages from people. So of course I started taking screenshots and putting them on a blog. So I have I probably have like 200 screenshots. Yeah. Join me on the yacht. So here on the left, we have this gentleman, and I use this term lightly. He asked me to have his baby. Legitimately, I'd never met this man. He was so dead set on me having his child, and I was just like, you're crazy. You are absolutely nuts. This other guy was really into like food and sexual things, but whatever. So that's what I've learned. That's what I've learned. People are fucking nuts, and you just have to kind of roll with it. And I've learned to kind of avoid the crazies. I'm still working on that. Like, I still have my fair share, but, we'll get back on track. So in all this change, I kind of learned that I needed to do things that were exciting for me. And, like, when I went to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, for the Synchronous Firefly event, I'd tell you it is the most incredible thing I've ever witnessed in my life. Like, millions of fireflies just flashing at once. And had I not changed everything about my life, I don't think I would have ended up there, and I don't think I would have ended up getting that experience. So, all in all, the common thread throughout all of this is change. You should embrace that shit and live it. You're gonna get through it, and it's gonna be fine, and your life will be better for it.